So what are some things that a success manager needs to do from a mindset standpoint specifically to help those they lead become the best versions of themselves?
Perfect. So one example, and it's an activity that we do all the time, and that was so hard for me to do at the beginning, right? It was one of my faults, is when an agent comes to me and I want to be their success manager. So those of you out there who are like, I have 4 or 5 agents on my team that I would love to start holding accountable, but I don't know how to do that. The things that you want to talk about is they need to have enough confidence in themselves to be willing to fail forward. Well, guess what? When they come to you with a question or an issue, do you just give them the answer? Or do you ask them, how would they solve it? Why don't you give me 2 to 3 options and then tell me which one you think is the best option, right? And you're teaching them to basically hunt for themselves, right? And so they can go, they start getting these solutions. They start to build confidence in themselves, right? And now, but you're still there so that they don't step off the cliff, right? And make a horrible decision. But now you're building confidence in them. And now they're willing to think while trusting you at the same time and building that trust. So that's number one, is always teach them to hunt for themselves. You used to do this to me all the time. I would walk into your office, Jeff, and I remember this back early on. And I would say, hey, Jeff, I got a question. And you'd be eating your lunch or writing checks or whatever, and just look up at me. And I would literally tell you the problem, name a couple of solutions, pick the other solution, and say, thanks, Jeff. And you literally didn't even say a word.
Just chewing.
Yeah, just chew. You're just eating.
You're welcome, Andy. You're welcome.
I saved the day again.
Awesome.
And then I would walk out because I already knew if I didn't have that stuff ready, right, I just needed to talk it out loud.
Sure.
But I wouldn't have done that if you wouldn't have taught me or forced me basically to do those things. But then I also started trusting myself. And then while I was trusting myself, I had the confidence that I actually did know what was right and what was the right decision. And then my negotiating came better. I was more confident when I was talking to my clients. Like, it just snowballed to me becoming a confident agent or entrepreneur, no matter what it was, what the